going to make any promises or guarantees. This works for everybody. Okay. So there is a very high risk of trading. Please go out there and make sure you don't risk what you can't afford to lose. Now, this is what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk a little bit about how to follow the big money. We're going to talk about how to use the tools that we use to find the big money. We're going to talk about best times and worst times to trade. If it's not over the course of the day, it's going to be over the course of the month and so on. We're also going to show you how to be an overall better round trader by having good risk management. Because the reason why a lot of people are here, you're here because not to control the winners, it's your losers. Your losers are what are hurting you really hard here, and that's what you have to focus on. So let's go to the live markets really quick, and let me kind of show you a little bit what we've traded and what's moving on and everything else. So let me just do something right here really quick, and let me move this down here. So this, fellow traders, this is our professional trading room, and we've been trading all day. I'm going to invite all of you here to be part of our trading room. And on the left-hand side, these are all our traders around the world. We have an alert service, we have a chat service, and we are looking at certain stocks that are moving. So we're going to cover all that stuff for you. Okay. Now, we had a lot of good stocks that made some big moves. We had a couple of alerts, like on NVIDIA hitting a big iceberg order. We were talking about just a bunch of stocks that are moving, that are in the watch list, all these things. So let me go out there and show you what we got going on. All right. Now, did anybody trade today? Did anybody do any trades? Anyone buy or sell anything? What did you guys trade today? What did you guys trade? Anything big? Did anybody see SC you traded? Okay, Mir. Riot, SLV, trade some gold. All right. All right. So did anybody see StubHub today? Everybody see StubHub? Went from $14 to $16.50. Right here was a gap fill. It broke through 15. Let me show you this one. All right. So StubHub, actually, let me do something better, because I think this one will probably be left a little bit easier. Let's talk about Netscape. I mean, not Netscape, NVIDIA. Okay. So NVIDIA, a little brand name stock, has had a really, really nice run. Okay. Now, what's NVIDIA doing today? You could see NVIDIA, if we blow up the chart here, if I draw a trend line, you could see, hold on, let me get my crayons. And you could see how NVIDIA went from a high, came back down, hit a high, came back down. It's getting close to this high again. You know, what do you think is going to happen? Is it going to go up or go down? NVIDIA, what do you think? John says down. Mike says down. Down, down. Why do you think it's going to go down? What makes you think it's going to go down? It's hitting a ceiling, John saying. Okay. Anybody else? It can't go up. Well, listen, I'm going to ask everybody a very important question. And by the way, if you cannot answer this question, you should not be trading. And don't take this the wrong way. Someone's got to be the adult in the room. Someone's got to tell you the facts. What makes a stock go up, everyone? What makes a stock go up? Buyers, okay? Everybody in this room, we have almost 100 people in here. Everyone here, just write the word B. If you can't spell buyers, B-U-Y-E-R-S. Just write B. Gregory, I didn't hear from you. Come on, guys, don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Mattel, Peter, Robert, Trader, Tiffany, all you got, write buy. Just do yourself a favor. Just write the word B. Now, one more. What will make a stock go down? What will make a stock go down? S for sellers. So write a seller. Okay. Now, let me get your attention. I'm going to show you something here which is going to blow your effing mind right now. You are looking at something called level 4. Okay. And right here on level 4, let me show you what we're looking at. This is called current order book. These are every single order in the entire world that are wanting to trade NVIDIA. You are seeing every buyer and every seller in the entire world that want to buy it. Right here on the bottom is when the market opened up. Program trading kicks in. All the orders start showing up. Look where the orders are. There's orders right here. Big order here at 190. By the way, how much money is that? How many shares is that right there? Let's see if you guys could add that up. How many shares? Let me see if you guys are following along. How many shares is that at 190? Can anybody tell me? 190. How many shares? That's right. Everybody right. Let's just 770,000 times 190. It's about over 150,000 shares looking to be sold right there. How many of you here can see these $150 million worth of stock looking to be sold? Not too many of you. What do you think a stock's going to do when you have a lot of sellers at one specific price? Is a stock going to go up or is it going to go down? Did I get your attention? Now, this is what you're going to learn. And by the way, they do it on every stock. They do it on Bitcoin. They do it on StubHub. They do it on stocks you probably never heard of, okay? But they do them on every single stock. They do it on NVIDIA. They do it on Bank of America, Microsoft, Google. You said it. They do it. So what we're here to learn today is how do we learn how to trade today's volatile markets? So let me X out of this and we go back to the execution system. Let me introduce you a little bit about myself. Okay, I am what are called the original SOS bandits. I'm one of the original day traders that started back over 35 years ago. Okay, I've been through every single earnings session. Not only that, but I've been through every market crash. I've been every rally. So I have a lot of experience and I'm still here today. Okay. So what I'm here to show you is how to trade these type of markets by following the big orders out there. Now, just a little bit more about me. I am also a 12-time champion. As I left Wall Street, which I still live here in New York. I started a new company, which is Cybertrade University 35 years ago. Actually 30 years ago, I started it after 5 years of trading in the markets. And I competed against every school in the industry. And I'm also an author of the book, How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. Now, before we move forward, I'm going to give everyone a gift. Can everyone go out there and just email me if you email me right now, I will give you my book for free. Okay. So how do you do that? Very simple. Let's go to your inbox and let's go in there right now. Let me clear this out and just type in Fausto at c2trading.com and just write book. Okay. And also, so I know exactly, I can call you properly for who your real name is. Just give me a first and last name because there are people in here. There's like Trader 5. I don't know who Trader 5 is. So just give me your first and last name. And if you want to leave me any type of comment or question, feel free to do that. So let's do that right now. Open up your inbox. Let's get you my book immediately and just hit send before we forget. All right. All right. So everyone got that? Paul says, got it. Great read. Thank you very much, Paul. It's a fast read. I've done it on purpose. It's a colored book. Everything that we're going to be talking about is going to be pretty much in that book too. I know everybody likes to read it. All right. All right. I see a lot of you guys, a lot of you traders email me right now. Thanks, Thousand President. I don't know who you are. You just emailed me. Cal, I just got yours. BD Business Services. I don't know if you guys can email me back. Ben, I think that's you. All right. All right, traders. So as you guys are doing that, let me go over through a couple of more things. I've also been featured at NASDAQ. I've done a lot of presentations for NASDAQ. I'm going to show you exactly how to trade on their system. Okay. I'm going to show you how to trade on it, why you need it, and everybody, I'm going to show you where to get it. Okay. So MAGA 7 stocks are going to be coming up soon. You got the NVIDIAs, the Teslas, the gold, you got Google, Amazon, all the big ones are coming up. But the thing is, with volatility is going to come some great opportunity in today's markets. So with so many earnings that are coming out, the thing is, which one is going to give us the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward? Which one are going to continue to go higher? What do those earnings really mean? Why does that earnings have any effect of moving it to what it is? These are things that we're going to learn. So the good news is with earnings, you could have good news and you can have bad news. And with that, we can go long or we can go short. But to do that, you got to stop guessing. Because if you're guessing, you're gambling. You can't sit there, I think Intel's going to have a really good earning. I think Apple's going to, I like Apple. I just got the new Apple. Maybe Apple's going to move. You know what I mean? Like whatever it may be. That's not how trading works. It doesn't matter what we think. It's what the street thinks. It's like that big iceberg order, that big 700,000 share seller at 190 in NVIDIA really determines if it's going to continue to go up or it's going to continue to hit a big ceiling. So you need to be consistent with your game plan. That's everybody's issue. Now, how do we do that? We follow the money. How do we follow the money? Well, we have a term that we teach here that's called iceberg orders. An iceberg order is a big block order out there. And the reason why we call it an iceberg is because all of you are looking what's on top of the water, but not really you're looking what's on the bottom of the water, which is an iceberg is a lot bigger on the bottom than it's on top. But a lot of you don't have the level. You're looking at the first level. You're not looking at all the other levels. And it's not your fault, okay? Because the thing is, who really taught you? Who really trained you this? Remember, I always tell everyone, did you learn from a real market maker? Did you learn from a real brokerage firm? Or did you self-taught and learn it from some influencer on YouTube because he's got 1 million views and he looks really good on TV and he's very entertaining? That doesn't make you money. Let me tell you a funny story. Yesterday, I had to go to the doctor. I have an issue, with the weather here. My nose bleeds. Okay. So I had to get cauterized. And I was talking to the doctor and I'm saying, listen, my son has a really bad deviated septum. Okay. So he needs to get surgery on it. And, granted, most people, what they'll do is they'll look at their insurance and they'll go, okay, this guy lives close to my house and I'll just go to him and get it done. Now, you all know you just don't go through some yellow pages or white pages and just pick the guy that just because your insurance covers it to get it done, because they could do more harm than good. This is your life on the hand. So my thing is this, and I'm just stick with me where I'm going with this, because I'm this type of a person. I told the doctor that I said, listen, I don't care if the guy's a jerk. I don't care if he's got the most arrogant loser. I want to make sure that I got someone that's going to do I don't care if he doesn't have a personality. Okay. I am not marrying this guy. I want someone that's going to do the job right and safe for my son. And he goes, well, I got the perfect person for you. He's got no personality. He's very hard to get in. He's great. He's a cocky guy. He knows he's good at it. He's not cheap. The insurance might not cover all of it, but if you can get an appointment with him, he's the person you want to deal with. He doesn't live close. You obviously have to go to Manhattan, get it done there. No problem. Okay. And what I know, we know people on TV and like, wait a minute, that guy got a nose job. That guy got a facelift. Girl got a facelift. She looks like a clown. You know what I mean? Who does she go to? Whatever it is. So it's something very important. You heard horror stories, people dying on the table. Who really took care of them? So my point is this. I'm sorry I'm going on a rant. I'm trying to relate this to this. If you really want to learn how to trade, Learn that people do it every day. Don't get caught on influencers. So let me tell you what you need to learn every day. You need to learn what we call NASDAQ total view. Now, does anyone here know what it is? Just give me a yes or no. Anybody know what total view is? It's quick yes or no in the chat. Who has it? Who has total view? John knows. Joyce knows what it is. Bill doesn't have it. Capella, you don't have it. Okay. Anyone else? Guys, don't be embarrassed. Nobody can see your chat. No one's going to pick on you. All right. Julio doesn't have it. So Shelly, you have it. Okay, good. Listen, if you did not answer this question, I'm going to tell you this. It's probably a no. Now, this is where you have to pay attention. It's going to go pretty quickly. What I'm about to show you is Wall Street's biggest secrets. Everything brokerage firms, market makers, these don't know. They want to tell you this. Your influencers don't want to tell you this because they don't know. So listen to me carefully because I'm about to show you how to follow the money. Okay. I'm going to show you how to read the right of the chart and not the left of the chart. Because if you're going to earnings and you want to know why these stocks go up and down the way they do, this is how they do it. Now, buyers equal support. It's the total opposite what most people do. See, everybody's looking for support levels, but you have to understand, you cannot have a support level unless that buyer of 200,000 shares is on the bid. Remember, we all said the same thing. How do stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. Now, do you see the buyers and sellers that you're in the stock that you're in? 90% of you just said no. And guess what? Correct. So there you go. You got buyers. That's why the stock went from oh, don't know what that is. Hold on. I just got a big bing on my phone. Sorry about that. Let me fix this. Something happened here. All right. So here's the big bang. You got the buyers out here, and this is where the buyers are. So what makes a resistance levels? Right here. These are the big sellers. So when the stock goes up and you hit a resistance levels at 190, that's why the stock went down. That's how stocks go up and go down in the market, everyone. It's those big buyers and sellers that control the market. Now, there are sellers on every price level. You could see them. They're there on there's 100 shares, there's 500 shares, there's 1,000 shares. Is nothing to do with those sellers. It all has to do with those big buyers and sellers out there. So if you want to know where the big buyers are, you have to know where those big buyers are on those resistance levels that bring the stock down. Now, let me do a couple examples in here. So do any of you here follow me on Instagram, TikTok? Any of you guys follow me on that? Anyone out there follow on any of those? Now, I did it. Some of you do. Okay, there's the link right there. Now, if you look over there, right there, I did a big video on silver. Okay. Will silver hit 100? So let's go over there and jump in. So we trade the stock SLV. Now, SLV took a very big hit and started coming down. And you could see right here how that stock came down. When is it going to stop, right? Because you see silver going up. So what you have right here is this. You got to find support levels. Here, you could see SLV does not have a lot of buyers out there. Most of the buyers were right there on the bid around 67. Now, if you look at silver right now, SLV, it's not at 67, but it did back off. And some of you were like, wait a minute, I just saw it at 50, it went to 80, it came back down. Why is that? Well, when you have a 5-digit number out there and everything's throwing 3-digit numbers, like the 200 and 300, what do you think is going to happen? Probably not going to do anything. So there you have it right there. Now, Look what happened with silver. It came from 75, 74, dropped all the way down to 67, came to that 91,000 share buyer, and look where it happened, where it traded. After that, it shot up all the way up to $83. So, with that said, fellow traders, what do you think drives the stock to go up and go down? Big block buyers and big block sellers. That's how things go. So let me move on and go to the next example. What makes a resistance levels? What makes a resistance levels are sellers, big block sellers out there. So by knowing where the big block sellers are, like you see right here, you're watching Micron Technologies going up and wondering, is it too late to buy it? Is it too late to chase it? Well, the only way to see it is going through the NASDAQ book viewer, and we're going to say, okay, listen, we got to have a game plan because Micron Technology has been having a really big run lately. And with that big run, nothing goes up forever. You look over here on the right-hand side, you look at the sell column, you notice there's 145,000 share seller. Now, technically, is that a lot? Well, the only way to know if it's a lot is you average it out to all the other sellers out there. And you could see here that there are a lot of sellers right there at that 346. Now, my question to you is this, everybody. What do you think is going to happen to that? What do you think is going to happen to that stock? What do you think is going to happen when it gets to that seller? Is it going to go up or go down? Probably going to go down without even looking at a chart, without looking at anything. So here we are. Stock hits a resistance levels, and now look where it is. It went from 346, now we're down to 337. You know, and it happened over the course of the day. Look at it. It was at 337. You're sitting there and you're counting your money, you're counting your chickens. You're so excited. And all of a sudden, boom, the thing goes down to 337. You're like, what the hell just happened? What happened is that you didn't have a game plan. What happened is that you didn't know you were coming up to 145,000 shares. And by the way, that's not one person. There is 108 orders out there, okay, that equal to 145. So is it one person or whatever? It doesn't matter. I mean, I could find out and let you know if it's more than one person, but that's how many it is. What made you think silver is going to 100 sellers? Mir, listen, that is another something else we could talk about later. Okay. We'll talk. I'm going to invite you in my trading room here and I'll let you know what made me even think of that or why did it go there or whatever. The thing is this, what drives stocks up and down? Buyers and sellers. Now, will it go to 100? Listen, some people are calling 180, right? That's going to go to by the end of the year. The only way I know that is, listen, 1 minute it looks good, 1 minute it could look bad. What makes me think that is following the orders. Because remember, it doesn't make you or me think where it's going. It's what the buyers and sellers think that you have to watch. Now, what happens if a stock breaks a support level? What happens if it does that? What happens if it breaks a support level? Here we have an example. Let's look what happened with Tesla. Tesla went from 469 all the way down to 463. Now, this is the cool thing I want to show you. Here is an example of an order that is melting. And what I mean by melting is that you'll have buyers and you'll think you're at a support level. And those buyers can disappear. They could leave. It could happen. So here you have a big buyer at 462. You got 900,000 shares. And then all of a sudden, that same order is down to 98. And then that same order goes down to 0. Now, how do we go from 129,000 shares to 0? Can anybody answer that question? How did that happen? How did we go from 946 orders to 0 orders on the bid? What do you think happened there? They got filled. Very good. No, they didn't cancel. They got filled. And we'll tell you how they got filled, Mir, and everything else when we invite you in the trading room. But look how it went from 469 all the way down to 462. And then it tested it, it tested it, it tested it. Finally, it broke it. The reason why it broke that 462 is because at 2 o'clock, you had 129,000 shares. As it kept testing it, somebody kept selling it to them. And eventually, if there's no buyer there anymore, that's why it went from 462 down to 458. Now, we all know stocks break support and resistance levels all the time. How does that happen? You just seen it right there. That's how it's happening. Now, does anybody here would like to play around with NASDAQ total view? Because this is what I'm going to do. Here's my email. There's my email. And what I need you to do is email me now. I'm going to bring my inbox, and this is what you're going to write. So this is what you're going to write. Bring this over here, and let me clear this out. Here's my email address again, Fausto at CTU Trading.com. All right. And I'm going to type it in here too. Fausto. There we go. CTU Trading. And just write NASDAQ. All right. And then just write book. Write your first name and last name. F-A-P-U-G-L-I-E-S-E. Okay. So NASDAQ and Fausto Pugliese. So go ahead and do that. All right. And hit send. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you 2 videos. Okay. 2 very important videos. They're about 5 minutes long. I'm going to show you where to get on their website. And I'm going to show you how to set it up and play around with it. Because if you go to their website and you try to find it, you're going to get lost. You're going to spend a ton of money on something you're not going to get the wrong platform and all that. So let me save you the hassle and send you those videos. Okay. So if anybody here wants to play around today and want to see, some stocks that you're in, you want to see some orders, because you all know what I'm talking about. You're like, my God, I didn't know I could see where Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch and the algorithms and the high frequency trades and the dark pools, all those things that are called the boogeyman that you heard about. Now you're going to get the opportunity to see it. Okay. So send that to me now. Let's get that over. Mohammed, do not put your email. Nobody can see it though. Don't put it in the chat. You got to open up your inbox email and email me. Okay. All right. Because it's all automated. All right. Now, I want to do one more last thing, and then I'm going to get everybody to get ready to get signed up to come and watch us practice what we preach. So everything I talk about right here, I'm going to get you all registered to come in the trading floor, and you're not going to judge us on the winners. You're going to judge us on those losers. Okay. And you're going to see how this stuff really does work. But before I do that, I want to just do one more level 4. Okay. So level 4 is what I just showed you a little bit earlier. It's more of a heat map where you get to see all the big buyers and sellers. Okay. So here we're looking at NVIDIA again. Okay. Here's the trend line. By the way, I'm getting a lot of people just emailing me. Megan, I got yours. Alan, appreciate the vote of confidence. Just got your registration. Jim, I got yours. Shushil, Jim Watson, I got yours. Okay. See a bunch of them. Michael, Anton, Brian, I got your email. Thank you very much. All right. So after I'm done today, I'll send you the guys that email. All right. So now here we are with the stock. We're looking at NVIDIA again. And you could see NVIDIA went up, came back down, went up, came back down, went up, came back down, tried to go up again, up, went up, came back down again. It's having a very difficult time getting past this 189. Now, what is making stocks go up and go down? Buyers and sellers. Okay. So We're going to bring up level 4 here. And here's NVIDIA. And what you're seeing right now is, like I said earlier, these are all the big block orders, and it's called program trading. 560,000 at 190. But the real big one is right here at, 195, but the real big one there is at 190. 770,000 are right there at 190. That is your big sellers. Okay? That's what you got to focus on. Those big block orders. So when it comes to trading, fellow traders, that's what you got to watch. That's what you got to look for. Now, I'm going to go over, is there any stock that anybody wants to look at and want to see some high frequency trading going on? You want to see what the algorithms, give me any stock. We got one really nice one that's moving today. This one right here is moving up really nicely. I don't know if you guys saw this one. This one right here started from $3, went to $4. Not bad. Up about, how much is it up today? This one's moving up. Do you want to look up Tesla? Tesla's got good orders. Let's look up Tesla for Mr. Welt, because you did email me. So if you emailed me about NASDAQ Book Viewer, I'm going to answer you back. Okay. So let's look at Tesla. Tesla, let's see where the orders are. Subscribe. Let's bring up the data. It's going to take a little time to bring up. So as that's coming up, let's look at Tesla where it is. So you could see here on the long-term chart, Tesla right here, I'm just going to draw some trend lines. You could see it's got a lot of resistance levels here. It's got a lot of resistance levels here. It's got, right now, it's trading right around this number there. So let's go check where the orders are. Okay. All right. Just going to bring this over here. And you could see there is a very big order here at 450. There's another 480, 445, and then and as support levels go, the biggest buyers here is at 435. So you could see where the big orders are from the resistance levels, from the support levels. Now, if I really scroll out and want to go deep into the future, there are orders in the future, not as clean, but you got orders at 480, 490, which we just talked about. There's 490. Support levels, 420, 400. And you could basically have that program trading kick in. All right. Now let's do another one. What do we got? But we did AMD. Let me try AMD. AMD's been doing really well. Let's get the data on AMD. So let's go check out AMD. AMD. So AMD, you could see it right here. Huge support levels around 200. A lot of resistance levels around 250. Right now, we're trading somewhere close to this 240. Okay. So here we go. 230, 240. Look at the big iceberg order. From 240 all the way down to 230, there's no buyers, but there's a lot of resistance levels around the 240. If I go look more in the future, 250 is the next biggest seller for about 100,000. So as much as you might say, well, looks like there's resistance around 245, whatever it is. No, that's where the next biggest seller is. And if I want to go deeper into the future, you could see 260, 250, 240. So this stock is moving in $10 intervals. That's where the biggest iceberg orders are. By the way, if you trade options, that's where the biggest options are. Now, my question to you is this. What is easier to read? An RSI, a stochastic, a Bollinger Band, a MACD? What's easier to read? The orders on the future or the indicator? You tell me. Did I lose anybody yet? This is why people fail in trading. This is not a software. I'm not trying to tell you like I'm trying to sell you something. I'm trying to teach you how to drive and to trade. And a lot of you, like most people do, want someone to tell them what to buy, but that's not going to teach you how to buy, because they can't tell you when to sell, because they're not going to be there when you need to know when to sell. You need to know when to buy. You need to know when to sell. And that's the issue, because the difference between the right of the chart and the left of the chart is the right of the chart is a delayed. Okay, these are indicators. They were invented by mathematicians and they're always right. But the problem is they're laggers. Now you have to ask yourself, do you want to be a lagger or you want to be a leader? And that's where we're going with this. So you got to make a choice. Do you want to continue to do what you're doing and hopefully you get lucky, which I'd rather be more skilled, or would you rather learn how to learn the right way and, learn, how to trade like a true market maker? Because you know what? You're a lone wolf in one area, or you can be part of a team on another, because that's how you learn. And this is why Cyber Trading University has been the leading best in the industry and has been endorsed by more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. Just look at all those names. Benzinga, NASDAQ, Metastock, Charles Schwab, Tasty Trade, Moomoo, Bookmap, Tradier, Thinkorswim, TradeStation. I've done presentations for all of them. And guess what? There's a reason why they want Cyber Trading University to do presentations for them and not someone else, because what we teach is how to trade. So this is what we're going to do. I want to invite all of you to see us practice what we preach. So I want to invite you to come to the trading floor. In the trading floor, you'll be able to meet with me. I am going to show you everything how trading works, but it's not only me, but you also have my other instructors in there, my other assistants, and you'll get to meet the thousands of other traders around the world that started like you and now are part of Cyber Trading University. Now, over the years, like I said, you'll get to meet all our staff. You get to meet our traders, our instructors, our education advisors. And with that, these are all the great items you're going to get. I'm going to give you access to my trading room, which is $149 value. I'm going to give you access to all my trading archives, which is $1,000 value. I am going to give you weekly workshops. That is a $600 value. And as a bonus, if you register right now, I will personally give you a coaching class, which is a $500 value. All these wonderful things, everything I'm going to give you for $9. Now, you're probably looking at this and be like, wait a minute, what's the catch? The catch is this. I am looking for serious traders that I could be part of my team. That's all I'm looking for. There's no catch. There's no gimmick. There's nothing. A lot of you are going out there and you're learning the hard way. And now we're going to teach you how to learn the fast way. The fast way is surrounding yourself with people that do it every day, because I was you 35 years ago. And let me tell you, I blew up 2 accounts and I almost put my parents in bankruptcy because I thought I knew what I was doing. My parents had faith in me. They thought I was a smart kid. But like anything else, my parents were smarter than me. And they told me, hey, listen, you want to learn this business? You think you can make a lot of money? Go out and go learn from people that do it all day. Okay, stop going out there and trying to figure it out on your own. And it's all coming down to a cup of coffee. Well, an expensive Starbucks cup of coffee. Let's just say that. So there's the link up on the screen. You could also take your phone and scan that QR code up on top. But the address right there is ctu.co/trial. Now, there's a limited time offer that we're doing it. So don't procrastinate. Don't worry about it. I'll come back tomorrow and the next day, whatever it is. Seats are very limited. I can only talk to X amount of people. So try to book your appointment as soon as you can. Now, these are all the great questions that people ask me. Okay. So as you guys are registering, let me go over some of the questions people ask. They asked me, they says, Fausto, I never heard of level 4 before. I never heard of NASDAQ Total View before. What is this? Or I did see it on my brokerage firm, but I don't know what I never really used it. Never knew what the value was. That's okay. The question is, who really trained you? Are you self-taught or did you learn from some influencer? Okay. Listen, if you want to be in the movie business, go to Hollywood. You want to learn how to be in the oil business, go to Texas, go to Calgary, Canada. You want to make good Italian food, go to Italy. You want to learn about the stock market, learn from people that live here on Wall Street. Okay. This is what we do all day. So, do you need any special software? No, you don't. You don't. You could use exactly what you have right there. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry about like, well, my computer's slow. It's old. A lot of these programs can run on very, very slow bandwidth. The reason why your computer's slow is because you probably, you got, that's another story in itself. But let me just tell you, you're fine. So I see a bunch of people registering. Don't waste any time. Spots are eating up. Like I said, I only have 20 spots available, 20 people I could talk to. With the 100 people in here, you know what? Go out there and register as soon as you can. Now, also, if you want to have some fun, Lita and Randy, thank you very much for your great compliments in there. They've been husband and wife, been here forever. They always come, one of our biggest fans at Cybertrade University. They were you over 10 years ago. Well, guess what? You want to read their testimonial? Go to Google Reviews. See why we have one of the best Google reviews than any school in the industry. All you need to do right now, like I said, let's get the thing going. Coaches are limited. Spots are limited. Just go out there and scan as soon as you can. All right. A couple of quick little shout outs really quick because I see some people did register. Who do we got here that registered? James Pye got your registration from Texas. Welcome aboard. Jason B from California got your registration. Welcome aboard. Got your registration. Dan Confella. I hope I didn't wrangle that. Sorry about that. Got your registration from Ontario, Canada. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Any other questions? Because we're running out of time right now. I want to get back to my trading room. I got another presentation to do, and want to be able to share it. Who else I got here? John M from Florida, Orlando, Florida. I was just in Orlando for the Money Show. So I'll be back there next year. Hopefully we'll be a student by then, John, and we'll be happy to meet with you. One of you just mentioned to me you were from Toronto. I will be live in Toronto on the 29th. If you're familiar with the brokerage firm Mumu, I'm going to be doing a presentation at their headquarters. I think it's on King Street. So if you're going to be there, I'm flying up there. It'd be great if you do the trial first. And then when I get to see you there, those seats are very limited too. I think they only have like 40 seats. And Mumu, they got 1 million customers. So it's going to be packed free sale. But if you register, if you're a student, we'll block it out for you. Okay. Thank you very much, John. Well, welcome aboard. Anyone have any questions? Any other questions? Now, listen, very important. When you register, there's going to be 2 things you need to do. Fill out the questionnaire. Let us know 5 very important things about you. The more you let us know, the more we could help you. And then book your appointment as soon as you can. Get into the trading room. Let's get into the earnings sessions coming around. You don't want to miss it. Watch some of the videos over the weekend. And then over the weekend, we'll meet you bright and early on Monday. So you have a nice, clean, full week of trading. All right. All right, traders. Like I said, we're almost booked up here. Zill, I just got you registered from Ohio. Got your registration. Sean K from, what was that, UK? Got your registration. Just see you guys registering right now. Rouge de vote of confidence. Guys, let me go back to one slide. Let me go back to this slide right here. You can't afford $9? I just showed you one of the biggest secrets on Wall Street. You guys are trading blind. I'm not here to sell you a software. Take the $9, and I'm telling you, it would be the best investment you ever made in yourself. Because you think $9 is expensive, try ignorance. Because let me tell you, what you see right here, when I started 20 years ago, to me to even get close to doing something like this, I had to pay several $1,000s just to do a trial. Okay. You're doing it for $9 because I feel that if I could teach some of the people that are very serious here, we're going to all make money together. And you know what? I'll even throw this in. If you feel like we wasted your time, I'll give you $9 back. Listen, I don't need your $9. The $9, what it's doing is it's eliminating all the tire kickers, the people that, don't take that in the wrong way, but I'm just being very honest. You don't want to be in a room in a free concert. You want to be in a room that people are very serious. And we always find out if you don't make a $9 investment, if you don't put a little money into the game, you're not going to take it seriously. So you know how good that coffee tastes? That's why you're going to pay the $9. Some people think you're crazy. Some of you think it's the best thing since sliced bread. So you know what? If it is, which I agree with you, then go out there and take a chance and do this. All right, traders? All right, traders, I have to go. Any last minute other questions? Question I had, I'm going to be away next week because the market's closed. Yeah, I know the market is closed. Martin Luther King Day on the 19th. So yes, don't worry about it. You could start on the 20th because the market is closed, and we'll give you the extra day if you need it. All right. And Randy says, great slide. Starbucks will drain your account. Fausto will build it. You're damn right, Linda Randy. Thank you very much for sharing that. I totally agree with that. Sometimes we got to change things and kind of hit those nerves of people, and some people don't realize what the value of education is. Listen, remember what I told you about the doctor I went to yesterday? You think I care? You think I want someone to do surgery on my son because he's got a very bad deviated septum because it's for free? Okay. How that's going to work out? Well, why would it be for free? You think because that's all it's worth, That's all it's worth. I don't think anyone here would ever let anyone touch their loved ones because they think they know what they're doing. If that's the case, why don't you do it yourself? And we know how that worked out. It's a 90% failure rate. Don't be part of that failure rate. All right, traders, listen, last chance to get registered. Take your phone, scan that QR code right on the right-hand side. Let's get this thing up and run. Randy, I think Renee, one of our longtime students, been here forever. She loves us. We love you, Randy, very much. Randy, Renee is a tour guide. She speaks, I think, like 10 languages. She came to our on-site. She did a great tour of Manhattan for all the traders when we did a class here. We were at the Federal Reserve. We were at the Freedom Tower. We were at 9/11. She explained the greatest thing. I didn't even know 95%. I've been living here my whole life. 95% of stuff, I didn't even knew anything about Manhattan. Great educator. But there you go. Someone that tells you she blew up her account because she used ignorance, and now all is good as a professional trader on Wall Street. Well, very well done. I'm very happy for you doing great. And listen, they are here because they don't want you to fail. They know what you're going through. They've been there. They've done that. I've been there. Let's not make that dumb mistake. Okay, guys, let's go. A couple of you guys just registered as we spoke. Who is this? Wendell got your registration from, you're from the UK. Is that it? Oh, from Canada. Okay. A guy from Canada. Welcome aboard. Who else I got just registered? A few other people just came across here. Mohammed, I saw you sent me an email. You want my NASDAQ book for you. You didn't register. Sushel, same thing. You want NASDAQ book viewer? What's the sense of him sending it to you if you're not going to learn how to use it? Okay. So go out there and learn from it. Who else we got registered here? Jim, I got your registration. Michael got your registration. Welcome aboard. Tony got your registrations. You see you guys registering now. Okay, great. All right, traders, I'll see you in the trading room. And listen, if you didn't register, that's okay. I've been there. I've done that. Maybe you want to do your homework. Let me just tell you this before you go. You all going to have to take education, not from one, but from several people. Go out there and learn. Don't spend a lot of money. Go out there, try a little bit of everyone's stuff, do some trials, and then find something that fits for you, because trading is not for everyone, and that's okay. But you should be doing it. You just got to find the style that you like, and you need to practice with it. It is a very expensive lesson to learn by failing. Let somebody teach you the failure part about it so you don't make those mistakes, so you can run with the winners. So go out there. So if you didn't join us today, maybe you'll join us next week or next month. But for everybody that had joined, I'm super stoked to talk to all of you. To get ready to fasten your seatbelts. You're going to be knocked off your socks. What you saw today, if you thought this is eye-opening, wait until you see when we're in the trading room. Wait till you see people like Renee, Alan, Randy, Grant Brockway, Glenn, Doug, Steve, Kathleen, all these traders around the world, and see how good they do. It'll blow your mind. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Look forward to seeing you all on the trading floor.